What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Manchester United FIFA 22 Career Mode series. Appreciate the support on the first episode, all you guys getting comments and thumbs up on the video. So we can get another like on the video today. Greatly appreciated. Get a comment in. As you know, we're doing realistic career mode, getting you guys involved, seeing your suggestions. And the biggest comment, we got this, if this is too long to even put on the screen, so you'll see the guy who made the comment, just go to the first episode and you won't miss it. It's near the top as well, so yeah, you will not miss that comment, but obviously whole lot of interesting signings there, and yeah, definitely realistic options and options in case other players aren't involved. But even aside from that, okay, one thing we're gonna do, I personally do this when like doing YouTube series. I just remove all the instructions. I don't really scout because, as I said, we're going off you guys, more of our scouts. I think I said assistant managers in the last episode, just so many different roles you guys will be, and then I just recall all the scouts so we can get them scouting on the players we want to find ourselves, or more specifically, scouting the guys we want to sign. So we know the target for Man United, the biggest call for, where do you think? Let me know if we're on the same page, if you think what I'm about to say, what position really needs to be improved. Here we go. Declan Rice, CDM, like, this is what Manchester United need. Even not just the position, but like an English central midfielder, centre defensive mid, somewhere like to hold, like, it is almost amazing that Man United don't have that. Like, it's just not, like, so many things feel disconnected from the real Manchester United, like what I knew growing up, and I'm sure many of you guys as well. It's like, the team, it doesn't have a Man United feel about it. There's some players, but then there's not at the same time. Where's the leaders? And we'll talk about the defenders as well. But Declan Rice, 37. Like, we'll scout him, but we don't need to scout him, as we know how good he is. Like, let's click this right now. That is not bad. I think someone was saying, like, maybe that's as he gets better, like season 2 and onwards. I think he's someone we go in early as possible, without, continuing. So we have a few weeks, obviously, playing the pre-season, simulating through that. I think he's someone you get as soon as possible. We did scout him, but we don't really need to. We know Declan Rice, and we know his qualities. And yeah, I think for so many reasons, he comes in and is just so much better than the current options. So yeah, let's go for a transfer here, and keep in mind the minimum of 40 million, maximum of 55, maybe a sweet spot in between there. We are heading into the negotiation now for Declan Rice, but you know who is on the way. You know, it's Moisey. Moisey's on the way. All right. We don't talk about his time at Man United, do we? So let's go right into the transfer fee, and we're going to go right off with something which I think is fair enough. Like, I think Declan Rice, that could have been in a different accent there, Declan Vice, but he might have been, I don't know, German or something. I don't know what that would have been. But Declan Rice, I think his value could be so much higher, like 60 million plus. Let's just go 40 mil, start a negotiation, like round number 40, sounds good. And they offer Anthony Martial. Like, that's a different complexion to what I wasn't expecting that. Like, we want to sell Tony on his own. We want to get his money, like, you know, we get 30 million, that would be excellent. So we just want to remove the exchange player, and I'm going to go a 41. Yeah, woof. We'll go by the... Look at Moyes' face, man. Moisey, let's go. 41 million. 41 million. You can capture... It really captures the emotion, doesn't it? Alright. That's a bit more just the money. The salon clause, yeah, we're going to remove that as well. How about we go a cheeky 45? So, we went from 40 to a 45. Can 45 get the job done? 48. I think we have the opportunity to get one more in. 46. And I think this gets accepted. If we get this accepted right here, I think we would have had a pretty good negotiation. And I see it two ways. Yes. I feel he's still, like, he's mad about it. He's not happy. Did you see that face? He just feels like he's got robbed or something like that. He's still arguing. Like, you really only offering that much, mate? Don't you know he's our best player? You take him from us and we have no chance of getting Europe. Actually, I really like West Ham's team this year. I think they've been very impressive. And I'll say from their quality, but no, they've made their moves really well, developed their players. And yeah, they got from their defense mids to forwards. Yeah, a very good team. So we've taken a key leader there, a young leader, who'll be big for us in terms of holding up our defense. He's got a very important set, not just attributes, but player style. Look, high defensive work rate. So we'll set back and look at his traits as well. Leadership. Though I don't think when you're in control, leadership, let me know. Get up in the comments. Can you experience leadership on the pitch through what players do? Or is it just really good positioning? Say if he's a defensive player with leadership, how are we going to see that? Like, by his CPU, when he's being CPU controlled, like says CPU AI, long passer, but leadership, yeah, how do you see that implemented? It's hard when it's a game where you're in control of the player yourself. But I like to think he'll be positioned really well defensively when we are focused on making our interceptions. When the opposition's on the attacks, we're definitely going to see that. But let's go negotiate his contract. All right, let's get into the business. 5-year deal, 5-year deal. He's still so young, still only 22. No release clause. We always wonder about the wage, though. And he's like, yeah, mate, yeah, we got through all this, but how much are you going to give me? How much millions are you going to get? How much am I going to get paid? How many rooms in my mansion am I going to allow to have? Yeah, this is big right now. You can see that's what's going through his mind. But how many bathrooms are we going to get in there, mate? Only 2? Come on. Marcus has 6. We know, like, he's not one of the best players in the world off his rating right now. Which 80, I think 80k is fair enough. A signing bonus. We'll go 700k. Let's see, mate. It's not bad. It's not bad, but I think he has higher amounts to reach. Yes, yeah, 20k more on what he's on already. So yeah, like magic. Pretty good. It's always a bit of a guessing game when they don't come to you with an amount. I'm just very wary of them rejecting, thinking it's not enough, because you know football players and their money, they'll be quick out the door if you don't give them enough. But I think we did. I'm very happy with what we did. That's a player we've got. That's a player. But I did mention you might want to see it in action, but I did make those transfers. For example, Chris Wood, he is at Newcastle. I'm not going to go through them all, of course. A couple of the most, like the biggest ones. And Coutinho to Aston Villa. Of course, you can't move them on loan. You can't change that in the settings. So, yeah, he's going to be staying at Aston Villa. But, yeah, that's what we know for the rest of this Premier League season. He's going to be at Villa. But, yeah, there's no other way you could have done that. You can't script it or put it in the set. There's no settings. You just switch players over. It'd be cool if you could do that. But, anyway, yeah, it's going to be realistic for the first season especially. So now you're like, all right, mate, what are you going to do? How are you going to sort this out? So we're going to find a way. That is absolutely for sure. You know we had listed Matic. He's just on his way out. Like I said, we're being realistic, but we're planning to take Manchester United's success. I'm not going to be in a way where I'm going exactly like Man United in real life. Man United, what we know, how they've been managed in recent years, rubbish. That's why they're struggling. Do I want to manage the same? No. So it's going to be realistic to a Man United, a successful Man United team. The moves a successful Man United team makes. And I think that's, yeah, first one there. That's where it brings a bit of conversation, what we are going to do now. And for me, it's definitely not this formation. I saw it mentioned in the comments as well, a 4-2-2-2. I just want to see, yeah, how we can integrate these players. Once more, we'll do that. These are attacking midfield positions. Sancho actually has centre forward, Bruno Fernandes there, and Rashford, Ronaldo. Rashford, I miss Rashford as a striker admittedly. So obviously, we can just use left striker. I don't think there's going to be a difference between left striker and striker. So just left striker, Ronaldo, right striker. Just fit that. But it's either starting him or Greenwood as well. I think this actually fits the team really well for rotations. And then now, Declan Rice to come in for Van der Beek. It brings a good... See, this is where it's going to be a bit tricky. Because with Declan Rice, can we drop him... we can't use him in a CDM position, but if we just put him there, we can rectify that through instructions. So we'll just train him to a central midfielder so he doesn't go negative in his rating. Well, there's no other way to do that in a 4-2-2-2. I wish you would be able to choose a role for him, but you can kind of do that through his instructions. It's just, yeah. If we compare to Football Manager, you do exactly this and you can choose, what role do you want him to do? But FIFA, it's more simplified. I suppose you can say we'll go to the instructions when you get closer to, kicking the Premier League off. But for the time being, we just go over to Declan Rice and to change his position. It's not because I think he's better. Like, I don't think he's better as a central midfielder. CDM is absolutely perfect for him, but it's going to up his skill moves to 3, but that almost is redundant because he's not one we're going to try skills, even if it was 3-star skills. There's not much difference between 2 and 3, only a little bit, but someone who's 3-star skills, I don't be doing many skills with anyway, but there's still levels of his game that's going to improve through that and attributes, but we're more so doing that so he can play that role without becoming a worse player, but we're playing him in a defensive role. And look at that. After that, we still got a massive budget, 120 mil around and big wage. That's one move. As I said, I don't want to be too heavy. I don't want to be too unrealistic. We bring in one man there. And of course, this is first season. Let's not forget it's first season. So one change is really good. And we're just going to see if the guys we listed will get offers. So we'll leave it at that. That's, I think, one signing we did like. And we are just, there's Declan Rice being announced as number 15. That's the 46 million. Allenga, happy with this one to send him out on loan. Sheffield United, but not a loan to buy, so we're going to have to delegate that. And then we just do loan. 1 year loan, we'd really fancy that. Because he is someone we have hopes on going forward in the future. So we want to see him develop. And that there is Matic. Matic got sold, and that's kind of something we don't need to address. Like we already did. We just brought in Declan Rice. And there he is moving on to Wolfsburg. So, we see him off. So, against Wolfsburg, we will simulate this one once more. Go over quick sim. They're lining up in a 4-2-3-1. We would have to rotate a bit. So, we just went back there. But, let's switch up. Before going in, so again, this is why we're training. Rice. So, that's going to be rectified. Hopefully before too long. So, you see we rotated the team a little bit here. And it's not looking too bad like this. You can get an idea like how we will rotate the team when we get into the season, maybe apart from a couple players. See, this is where I'd like to, we've listed Lingard. I'd like to get maybe a younger talent that could play in that position. Maybe if future formation changes, it depends. We may not need that's an attacking midfield position, so suits Lingard. But Greenwood, more a right midfielder. So he's only that's the only issue we could have with that at this point in time. But we could reselect that. It's interesting how that we could choose that as a right midfielder for him and play exactly in his role. But it's +1 the same. But it's an attacking midfield. Let me know if you guys get confused by that, because Lingard's in his position, but Greenwood isn't, even though it says right mid. And anyway, I don't like to worry over that too much because I don't think it makes so much of a difference when you're in game. So let's quick sim this. And what's the result going to be? It's going to be a loss 1-0. We weren't in control, but that's all the preseason games are done now, which I don't mind that we're done with that. We're not worrying over the money in terms of, the preseason cash. You go all the way. We're not even going to spend all our current budget anyway, so that's not too much of an issue. And there's Declan Rice. Luck again, not debut. This wasn't the man's debut. But what's nice right now, we can start playing through up until the first game of the season, see if any transfers happen. We've got in one man ourselves. We don't want to rush too many, as I say, realism vibes. And we just see if we get any other offers. I don't think I saw a comment about it, because maybe, prefacing real kind of transfers. I'm going to go soft. I'm going to go soft for the time being, which means, what I mean by this is we're only going to have one scout and we'll just send him out to England. I think this is a level of realism. We'll go England and 9 months. Just have I say year-round trip. You can't do 12 months. It has to be 9, but that's what we're going to do. Let me know, because I just want to see, because I don't watch another, like other YouTubers, so I don't know if they even use the Youth Academy a lot. I know some people do youth-specific career modes, but those that don't, maybe just focus on, real transfers. But I think if we're being realistic and we're thinking long-term, let me know if you do really want to see this as a long series as well. That's how I intend it. We'll see how it goes. You could get sacked. I've already experienced that. But and let alone the fact that is in the board expectations. Youth development is critical. which it's not even a thing we need to point out. We know United, big youth academy. So, but it says we need to look for defenders. So we'll see if we get some through. Even though I haven't specifically searched for them, but I don't like to do that. I just like to search for, you know, the best available players. We'll see if we get that. So there we are, confirming with Anthony Allenga from Sweden. He's going to be going out on loan to Sheffield United. Hope he has a good spell in the Championship. Very good league for him. I think just a touch off Premier League. Maybe a bit more a touch. Couple touches. And then, for, didn't we already... we already had one accepted for Phil Jones. This one is actually even more money. So, oh no, wait. Phil Jones, he rejected to OGC Nice. Of course. Maybe... I don't know, Union Berlin. I mean, it's a little bit more money, so that could be a better deal, Phil. Like, I don't know. I'm not even, like, I just want to see that deal happen. See, centre-back is the next. Someone I do really rate, and I think will be an improvement. And actually, Man United believe, there's like rumours about bids and Barca rejecting him. Yeah, this man. There he is, Ronald. So we're going to get him scouted. He's got a release clause there. Scout, get him on the short list. But I'm not going to be so immediate. Probably not even in this episode. We'll just see, because I want to see more of your guys' opinions. Should he really be the target for us? Because unless we sell another centre-back, we don't need to be as immediate with it. If it's Phil Jones, yeah, I think we don't really... Like, I'll show you right here. Maguire, Varane starting. You got Lindelof there. And Bay. They're the row, like Eric Bay and Lindelof. If Lindelof and Bay, if they get an offer we could consider, that's going to be it. And especially while Mengi, I don't plan to use him in a lot of games, but he's there. And Declan Rice, he could play centre-back as well with his defensive abilities. So if we were absolutely desperate and got, like, decimated by injuries. But that's not the case, and I don't expect it to be. Like a worst-case scenario. I didn't want to hide this, I guess. We have to show you Rashford, but you almost just block offers, because no. But will you look at that, though? Will you look at that, Phil Jones? That's another reason. Phil Jones might be hard to sell. He's not going to leave us, Phil Jones. Fred! Hallelujah! A transfer-listed player. That's kind of bang on, just about between the minimum maximum of that 14 and 20... 20.7. I'll accept that. You tell me you're giving me 18.5 for Fred, a 28-year-old, 80 overall. We're taking that. See, look at that. Spending 84 million for Militao. That's... I mean, we would have the money to do that, but it's not where we're heading. So, yeah, Ronald, he looks... Well, I say he looks, he's solid. But yeah, we've got him on the short list, and we would have to, I think, sell. We would have to sell a centre-back and then go for him. But yeah, as I said, Phil Jones is staying anyway. Oh, Valencia. I dislike that. I think Martinelli's been good for Arsenal. Would have liked to come up against him, but Juan Mata. See, this could maybe force us into an attacking move, which I don't mind. 7.7 million. We will take that. Sometimes I'm not really into, like, what are we going to negotiate? You go into negotiation, the cutscenes, and maybe what? To get him up to 8 million, I just accept that. And we're still waiting to see if it will happen. Let's call it the Phil Jones effect. And Vardy's got, see, this, like, we say we're doing a realistic career mode from Man United's point of view, because CPU is going to make transfers. Like, it makes it interesting. Man City need a good striker anyway. So I'm not sure if it's going to be Jamie Vardy if they went a whole thing about Harry Kane and didn't even get him in real life. So I think Vardy is just stepping a bit. He's getting a little bit older now. I don't think that move will happen. If it hasn't happened already, he's probably not going to be a target for them in real life. But in FIFA this season could be interesting. Look at this. We want to sell these guys. It's realistic. I can picture these lads rejecting offers and staying at Manchester United. I tell you what, we're playing some realism here. We on some realism. And Diogo Dalot is accepting a loan is not realism. But these guys that we don't want, not wanting to leave, we on some realism at Man United here, I tell you what. Ooh, clubs aren't giving up. Now it's Atletico Madrid. I'm like, really, Atletico? But that offer is not as good as Benfica. On this occasion, I want to go in and negotiate it. So, yeah, we're going to really target... I want to target a little bit more, though. I want to just go to 19 million. So that's 3 million above his value. Not crazy. Hey, see, they don't want to see the deal fall through, so they're accepting 19 million. So they even thought maybe it was a little bit more than they were wanting to spend. So if this goes through, yeah, it was a good deal. Not that we're desperate for money, though. But yeah, that would be decent. It's all on Fred's side now, though. Not much we can do. So we'll be getting into the start of the new month, and Real Madrid, ooh, look at that deal. Lucas Vazquez to Dortmund. And look, Matinho as well. But youth squad monthly report, obviously these guys, they were there from the start. Unfortunately, yeah, this lad from the Ivory Coast, we're going to release him. He's dropped to a level where, yeah, we cannot be having it. But didn't Humphrey stand out? And he still does, because his overall is much better. It's quite outstanding at this current point in time. They seem to have the same potential, but there's such a difference. Like, what I mean is, from the minimum to maximum, we don't know what it's going to be. You'd expect Alice Humphrey to have higher potential based off of, yeah, what we see off his current ability. Like, this guy could be a superstar. Like, literally, not even for the club, for England as well. Like, Alice could be, what, 5-star skills? Like, centre forward, centre attacking mid type. He probably could fit in our current current formation, like, so sweetly. Quick, and he's got the skills. Mate, he's not far off getting signed up, right? How long should we wait before actually introducing him to the first team? He's not off that level by too much. And look at that. McAllister as well. There's multiple Premier League players that are already gone out. But don't forget, this is career mode at the same time. Alexandra, yeah, look at this. They make their own signing, which, see, I'm on the side of liking that. Oh, we get to see Alexandro. Oh, we get to see Vardy at Manchester City. Like, I'm in between playing realistic, but when the CPU makes these signings, I'm like, oh, it's going to be interesting to see how he goes in the Premier League and how we're going to come up against him. I don't know if you guys see it the same way. That's why I fell in love with career mode. Or one of the reasons when I was growing up playing career mode. It's like, oh, yeah, it's interesting coming up against this guy because I hadn't seen him in the Premier League before. Back when I was younger, we'd see someone being signed, like, what, like a Ronaldinho, someone like that. Ronaldo, the classic Ronaldo, Brazilian Ronaldo. And yes, Fred is sold! Celebration! I rarely celebrate, but it's when a certain player is just not, like, I don't physically celebrate too much. I go, yes, it's happened, boys. But yes, 19 million and 16.5 into the transfer budget. And does this push us a little bit? Because now it's Matic and Fred. And now Declan Rice, yeah, showing as -5. Wasn't it -4 before? You'd like to think if we're training him centre mid, it should be improving, but you go off morale as well. But anyway, there's McTominay, Van der Beek, that would be in that position of rotating. And we don't have another DM centre mid type. That's who we would play there. And people always like to say, yeah, Pogba, he's not a CDM. But no, we're not playing him CDM. You know what we've even been talking about. It is centre mid. And because of his work rates, he's high. So he's going to be making runs. So that's nowhere near a DM role for him. So obviously our plan here is to play the Leeds United game. So it's not going to be, deadline day. We're not going to go past. So still gives time if you guys think, oh, do we spend on that extra centre back? Do we spend on that extra centre mid / CDM type? Because we don't know if we're going to get a lot of injuries or not. It's very unlucky to get, say if we get 2 injuries, then like in the same position, but you never know. And then one Mata goes out. Lindelof, I think if we accept an offer for Lindelof, we definitely hunt a centre-back signing. And this offer right there is not bad. I think we can try and get a little bit, hopefully we can just, we'll get into this and hopefully tie it up pretty quickly. Here comes Brendan Rodgers. And especially if it's to a rival as well. Lindelof, not a star defender. What a rival, I mean, like just another league team. Just try and get a little bit more for him. 21.5. 21.5. Because I know Lindelof is that one that's... He's always been that mid-tier. And that's not a terrible offer. I think if we negotiate this, look at the emotions on their faces. I always love that. Always love that. So I think we just adjust that. Yeah, up to that 21 mil. Nice little round number. And I think it's maybe a little bit more than they're wanting to pay. But I think they can... Yep. They're saying again, they don't want... They think, like, yeah, we don't want to let him go so easily. So 21 million. They wanted to get him a little bit cheaper. like they offered. But, yeah, if that goes through, good deal. And then I think we can go for our target. And see, Lingard, there's so many transfers now. Well, we do have these guys listed, but okay, 15. Yeah, just quick negotiate. These last couple signings, even though we probably don't even need to do it, but sometimes I like to have it in terms of a tutorial aspect. If you're doing a Man United career mode, you might be the same. You might not even need the money, but I'd like to show you. Maybe you could just get a little bit more for him, because you may have already spent more. I don't know what everyone else is doing, so okay. Sell-on clause, 1%. Is there a real point of that? Instead, we'll go to 16 mil, not as much of an increase. And if you really want him, if you're that desperate, there we go. It's a deal. Great decision. At least something was, unlike his shampoo choices. And look at that, Arsenal, Luis Muriel, as we go over to the Premier League background now. We know things are about to get underway. Barcelona really in the mud though. Barca's in the mud. They're going for Carlos Vela. They really go for Carlos Vela. Lindelof sold and Greenwood no. But it shows, yeah, Chelsea block offers. He is a real future. And hopefully worrying. Hopefully worrying Chelsea in the future. That's why, yeah, they're trying to go after him. So here we get. Oh, one is the in between. Alex Telles for me, he's the in between, but I don't want to go over top. Like we said about realism facts earlier, we were saying we weren't getting many transfers, but we were rejecting him. Maybe like next season, because we're happy. We already talked about in the previous episode about our fullbacks, left side and right side. But Tony Martial. I think with Martial, we don't need to try and get a crazy amount for him, but an amount that is, you know, a little bit more. Maybe just over 40 mil. What are we going to do? Try and, like, having a big amount of money. As I said, we don't want to go out there signing, like, Mbappe. Like, the fact is, some of the best players in the world may not actually be realistic with Man United right now. That's the issue. But like I said earlier, we want to be a Manchester United, what people know. Not over the recent years. Being realistic, what they've done the last few years, going to stay doing badly. So there's always that discussion. If you want it to stay the same, yeah, you might not see better results. So we still have to keep that in mind. Right now, we're going to go. I feel 45 is reaching, though. Yeah, reaching for that 45. Hey, why not? Why not? It's big, especially for Tony Martial. You almost feel, yeah, not quite. I think we can just settle for 40. That's 5 million less, but it's still a little bit of an increase, and maybe that is a more realistic negotiation while still billing. Like, honestly, the amount they offered first, I think, is much more than... How much would you pay for Tony Martial? Literally, like, off his form, what you see. You give him a bag of crisps and a can of Coke and you feel like he got ripped off. He's not worth much off his current form. I tell you what. And that would free up the number 9. I don't even know who would be the target for United, man. That's realistic. I think the more realistic thing is letting Greenwood flourish in the rotation with Ronaldo, then taking over Ronaldo. Yeah, like Greenwood's the man there. So you put the money elsewhere, I'd say, if anything. But then we'll have quite a bit to play with. So... see what happens. I'm quite impressed, like, actually, at how many of the guys that we are wanting to get out of the club, and we've got offers for them. So, actually, the UEFA Super Cup, I like the design of that, like the colours and all that, the colour scheme. And Phil Jones, honestly, I'm not expecting much, so we're just going to accept that. I'm expecting him to get another, rejection, whether it be from him or his agent, both of them. I'll be shocked if the move happens. Liverpool sign Zaraga. Not sure about him. Yeah, see, Super Cup. But anyway, this is what we're here for. Tony Martial is sold on the Premier League. On the Premier League, first day of the season. And Lingard as well. This sets up, I think it sets up perfectly. Because we play this game today, you guys can... look at the budget. That screams like a big signing. But again, I want to see what you guys have to say about it. And off of the players we sold, yeah, where do the replacements lie? It doesn't mean we go sign Mbappe because the money is actually there. Like, if those sales were made in real life, then who would be the targets? couple years ago, people were saying Ronaldo would never come back to Manchester. Like, in actually series I did. Like, I signed Ronaldo and people were saying he'll never come back to Manchester United. So don't sign him. You're being unrealistic and you've ruined the series. Then a few years later, it went on to happen. So I ruined something that ended up to be true. But it's all about what we feel in the current point in time. Not even what's probably going to happen in the future. It's what we think. Yeah, it's funny that. But we have got an intelligent question. We've got intelligent questions from the press here, guys. Why are we sticking with Rice? Our new transfer that we brought in. He'll play through it. He's on borrowed time. He needs to play games. The season hasn't even started. They're going off pre-season form. Judge it. I miss FIFA, man. I miss this. I've missed this.
Okay.
Doesn't it make you laugh sometimes? That's it. We aim to win the lot. Without Tony Martial, that was a good deal. So how are we setting up? Guys, you know, we play on Legendary. Obviously, we played on Ultimate before, and it didn't go too well. We tried to test ourselves a bit too much, trying to make the game a bit too hard, and yeah, it led to our downfall. So yeah, let's see how we do. And always the first game of a new series, I just want to show, I always show that I don't use any sliders from the start. I like to play the game as it is. Some people actually like to change sliders to make it harder. Maybe not necessarily harder, but more realistic in the gameplay. But yeah, I come from a time back when I would get some good results and people say, are you using sliders like to make the game easier? So I always have a funny feeling with sliders. But anyway, we're going to play it as it is and we see how Legendary treats us. I remember formerly, because I'm an old career mode player, Legendary used to be the hardest difficulty. In recent years, they added Ultimate. So yeah, it's just very interesting. And we know we need to make more signings, just show you, because we've made some sales now. The reserves look a bit thin, so we can see the next episode. You guys, at this point, you can get your thoughts in where we need to adjust or just cover those transfers. I don't even think they don't need to be first team players. They could be some younger guys. We've got an insane budget. We don't need to go out splash the cash. As right now, trying to go with our best 11. I like how this team looks. So I don't think we need to go, even though we got the money there, like I said, we don't need to go for the Mbappes of the world, the Haalands of the world. But younger guys to develop might be the target. Or, even just squad players. Let me know what you think as we're going to get into this one right now. And really, this has got to be a win. First game of the season, at home, Man United against Leeds. You're not wanting to lose this. Not at all. There's just so many things that are crucial for this to be a win. And of course, we're going to see how we set up in this 4-2-2 as well. Whew. Thought that could have been an early injury. Here's Bamford. Oh, good tackle by Varane though. Yep. Rice. Watch our counters. And just the space. Yeah, we're going to work that. Oh, yep. Open it up. Sancho. So, those attacking midfielders, the left attacking midfield, right attacking midfield, they almost would get in that spot. Rice. Rashford. Not quite. So, the only interesting thing there is Rice. He probably got in a goal-scoring position. Not generally one we want to take strikes with. Oh, now. Oh, it's just... No, don't tell me pace. Harry Maguire. He's so... that gave him a chance there, bro. Like, I think he just felt... I was holding sprint, believe it or not. It felt like I was holding jog. And we tried to make a bit of a joke out of that. Okay, got to focus. But, like, really? That's what it looked like. It didn't look like he was sprinting. Now, this is where we're going to be dangerous. Because we're definitely got... Let's make their defenders look like that. Just a little bit. Rice. See, he pushes up a bit. Here he is. Oh, here's the play. Ooh, not quite. Let's not advance too much. Oh, James, no. Oh, he's pacey. That's all he's got. That's why he left. Didn't have that final product. Uh-oh, before we get too excited. That's it. Oh, no. What? Not much has changed. FIFA, what? Not much. Just intercepted pass. Not much has changed. It might be more, but it's Luke Ayling. Like, really? A blocked pass that got back to them. We were saying how we don't want it. Alright. Alright. Still plenty of time left in the game. That's the main thing. Now Cristiano Ronaldo. Try and do a bit with him. Rashford, we can get him. Oh, poor pass. Because we're 2 goals away from winning. We're suddenly just like, you got to win this, Varane. Yeah, he does. He does. He's good. Pogba. See, catching up. Play a ball. See, this is where we should... movement. Should get Ronaldo. Should get Ronaldo. Yes. Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo is back. See. Let's go. We thought about that. Let's go. He just... See, there. I thought he could have intercepted that, but Ronaldo, he just got that speed and pace. But, well, speed, pace, same thing. But strength as well. It didn't let him. Yeah, and to come off the post, that was excellent. Great finish. Manager's happy. Very happy. And it's Cristiano Ronaldo still getting it done. Really important. That was just a must. Like, that was... We didn't even go too crazy. Because we still know we've got more to do. What are your guys' targets? Because Ronaldo's going to be definitely starting. If you're playing with 2 strikers, you'll be playing a lot of games. What is Ronaldo's targets? And if you have any other goals for players, get up in the comments. Like say, challenges or something like that. Oh, this could be... Oh, it's a sending off! Bamford! He went bam, and the ref went wham. That's a red. Wowee. As we were just talking about it. Well, that was striker on centre half, and Bamford, he's even in real life, like, I don't know, man. Like, he gives off that impression that he's a bit frustrated. Like, and you can see that in his look as well. So how about that? So, okay, we've got a pass. I'm a bit distracted there. But as I said, if you have players, say, a goal, like, goals for goals, if that's not too confusing, what are your goals for players? Whether it be assists or goals. Clean sheets for the team. Yeah, any of you guys, subscriber goals, something like that. Get them in the comments. Here we go. Not quite. Goals, objectives, you kind of get it. But now, they might get it. Surely not. Put pressure on him. Enough pressure to force a save from De Gea. That was actually good. Not to give him a chance, but see that pressure by Luke Shaw? It made him a bit off balance, and the shot was easy for De Gea to save. It was a good height, and not the greatest power. So, the fact we've got an extra man, though, De Gea's saving us, man. But to be honest, it was right at him. It was right at him. He didn't have to do much. He just had to put his hands out, basically. Yeah. Well done, well done. It's a pretty entertaining game so far. Goals for both teams and a sending off for Leeds. It's a nice little fiery contest. Leeds and Manchester United. It hey, if we want to keep realism vibes, it has got that vibe of the rivals. It really has. And maybe we'll set up for a final chance. Pogba felt a little slow there. And Cristiano sets up Paul Pogba. Can he get it back to Cristiano? This has got to be a goal. Ronaldo, he's on. He's on. See. Every single time we got to go see. Like. In that position, you cannot miss with Ronaldo. Like, that was a finesse shot. Like, that was outside of a foot shot we did like that. Like, you just power that. You're not missing from there with Cristiano. There we go. Same old, same old. Cristiano scoring at Old Trafford. He's already got 2. He could be on the cards for a hat-trick today. There we go. See, the fans already taking selfies. Yeah, he's like, Ronaldo's like, mate, I've come back to do this. Too easy. This is why I left. I wanted more of a challenge. You mean It's the same? Poor quality defending? Or is this just Leeds United? Let's go, let's go. Ronaldo, 2 goals in the first half. After we conceded one, yeah, that we were pretty disappointed with. Just, yeah, that little poor pass that was quickly intercepted. And we've quickly changed the game. You could say we've got an extra man. But Leeds, that was their doing. So now we're in control. Ah, yeah. Can even Rice score? Right, oh, that's going to be offside. Can we leave that? All we have to do here, we have to defend with an extra man. So we should not lose or even just concede one more goal. And we're saying that as they're creating a chance. So we've got to be careful. Don't let him go in. Don't let him go in. Do not letting him go. Yes, that was the plan. You saw how he defended there. Didn't want to cut in. Oh, terrible passing. Wow, I guess that's on me. But I was like so shocked. And once more, we know, like, even with James here, don't, like, go. You can do a cross there. But we know exactly what you were going to do there, mate. And Junior, nah. The good thing about Harry Maguire in FIFA, he's so tall. Like, he's going to win that. He's big body, the slab head, and now, Sancho. Just get away from him. Sancho gets back. I was trying to do a little bit too much. Getting a little bit confident. But it's not like we could have just had a shot anyway. Here we go. Back on defense. Oh, no. No, 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 not like that. Oh, to be fair, Harry's doing all right. He had to, like, put pressure there. All right, they're making their subs. I think we get fresh legs as well. I think, like, Ronaldo's on a hat-trick. We got to keep him fit. It's Greenwood. Like, we can't just disregard him. And, yep, Declan Rice, we're training him centre mid, so that's what we're hoping for. Once more, you can't even drop him deeper. So, yeah, it's simple as that. I think we bring on Donny, just more for some fresh legs, if anything, for Rice. You say, yeah, Donny's got more attacking mindset, you could say. Yeah, a couple fresh players coming on in midfield and up front. I think smart changes for now. Considering they've got a sending off as well, it's, yeah, smart change. We got to keep him fresh. That's going to be the mindset. On Jadon Sancho. He's got a bit of skill. And we were laying off the pass there, but instead we got fouled, which we do not mind, I guess. Would have loved to keep going with it. But if you did, you would have seen the pass be completed. Instead, it's going to be Bruno. Is there a better... Nah, he's pretty good. We just have to get this right. So that can't... Ah, nah. It's a bit hard to get that. The challenge is getting it right in the corner. I still miss the days where you just aim it with your stick. That aim, I felt it was more accurate. Yeah. That's just me. You hold that down for the whole way. And maybe move it slightly during the build-up. It just, yeah, it felt a bit more cleaner. I'm not sure if they'll ever go back to it, though. Oh, let's not distract ourselves. Let's not distract ourselves. Because really, we're going to get him. We're going to get him. And this has to be Greenwood. This has to be Greenwood. Oh, talk about a finisher. Talk about a finisher from our future number 9. He's number 11 right now. But, like, that finish was so beautiful. Like, even how it came off. Oh, how it came off the post there. Just gave it a bit more elegance. That was a bit elegant. Oh, made it look better. And we're happy. We're happy what that led to in the end. Because it may have not done if it wasn't for that free kick. So, yeah, it played out well for us in the end. Great goal. And probably the best, you could argue it was the best goal on the day. And even don't get too disappointed if Greenwood's not starting a lot of games. Like, he can be that super sub for this first season. Like, and he could play a bigger role than most other players. So let's pause. You can see it wasn't showing the scores for a bit. Okay, and it still isn't. Oh, no, no, I hate those. Like, guys, pretend I got angry. Because I was about to, and, like, just how that came at, like, a touch. Ugh, it's annoying. Like, from Harry Maguire. They could have easily scored from it. And instead, we're gonna What, finish off the game? Got blocked. But yeah, like, there could have easily been a conceded goal. Oh, talk about a conceded goal almost for Leeds. Look, they can't even see the scores. I think it's McTominay for Paul Pogba. So even if we can't put him in a CDM, he has got, by default, high defensive work rate. So he's going to be more defensive-minded in general. So playing him as a centre mid, he'll pretty much act as a CDM anyway. So now, I got to get used to, I don't, like, for the reason I said, I don't need to be doing that. I'm so used to aiming corners like that online because you do it closer, like, they just move forward a little bit. And the CPU don't. So we've got to get used to that. And we might score some from some set pieces, from corners. We're going to win this now. We're going to win this now. We'd like to not concede another. There's been some little close moments. Oh, on. But Cooper was there. Call him Cooper. I think I've been watching too much Big Bang Theory. See, that's Varane's body. Like, his strength. A decent pass if we were wanting a counter there. He found Van der Beek absolutely perfectly. But a 3-1, Leeds, red card. You wonder how that game would have played out if they didn't get a sending off. I think it would have been a challenge to break them down. It definitely made it easier. And yeah, what a start this was. It was kind of the start of the comeback. Ronaldo, tidy finish. Made it tough for the keeper. Even though he got it glove to it, wasn't enough. But I reckon this is a good time and we can finish off with a monthly scouting report of, the English scout we sent out to scout England, which is fitting. Let's take a look at these guys. Might not be any good. Ruben Hutton, close. Smart to take a look at their values. I always like to look at the maximum potential 94 as, we need the very best. Like what Jackson Clements has. And his value is 550. So that's not bad at all. You can sign him up to the youth team. You know, it's not bad. It's not confirming. We're not like we're signing up to the first team squad. I think that's enough to get it. How about Roman Walker? Nah, unfortunately. I was going to save him and a bit of anticipation. He's got a nice little look there. But unfortunately, he's not that great, most importantly. That's the biggest judgment. Yeah, the rest, unfortunately, not good enough. But that's where we're going to round up the episode, guys. We will take a look at the office in terms of seeing how much money that's ridiculous money. That is go out and sign Kylian Mbappe money. Like, you've got that there, or whoever else, Haaland. But in the past, there's a difference. In the past, I always thought I had to use that. And maybe that's where we went unrealistic with Man United. Remember ones I did a few years ago? If you do 2, 3, 4 seasons, imagine that each year, you're going to eventually have an unrealistic squad. It's just how career mode goes at a top club. But I don't feel that, maybe because I've experienced over the years of you guys, wanting to be really realistic, and that has just been a bigger preference for me, and I haven't really felt, I need to splash that money. So let me know. It's definitely there. If we need to improve the team, the money is definitely shouting at us. But I think it's younger replacements. Like, the guys we sold weren't good players. They weren't good. They were average quality. So if we're replacing with average quality, they're going to be youngsters or a little bit better first team players that aren't unrealistic. So let me know the targets now. They might be a little bit different from the first episode, simply because, we have made some sales. Again, it's not like we've sold Ronaldo. Why would we? Or Sancho. They're new players to the club, if anything. But like Fernandes, we didn't get rid of key players. Even Pogba is suggested to get sold sometimes because of the questions in real life. But the fact is, year after year, he still always stays, doesn't he? Been rumours for the last 3 years, I reckon, and he still stays. So it's an interesting one. So let me know what you guys think of the transfers. Bring in Declan Rice. The guys that we sold, I'm pretty happy because we just mentioned how I don't think they're good players anyway. So happy with that. Or I wouldn't have put him on the list. And then, where are we going to use all these millions, even though we don't have to use them all? Leave thoughts up in the comments. Leave a thumbs up for more, and I'll see you guys next time.